Hi everyone, I'm Russ.
I am Mark.
And this is a spirited endeavor.
Prime in the Pump edition.
That's right.
Okay, so we're doing a scotch.
Yeah, we hadn't done any Speysides in a while, and I came across this one. Thought it might be a little fun.
I know, it should be a fun night. So, Benriach?
Benriach, I think is how you're supposed to say it. Going back to Scotch, that's one of the joys of Scotch, is trying to figure out how the hell to pronounce it.
Yeah, I think my tongue needs to be loosened a little bit.
Well, we're about to rectify that.
All right.
So this one's a little different. It is peated, and my understanding is the peat that you find in Speyside is a little bit different. The other thing is the maturation's a little interesting on this one.
Oh yeah?
So this was done in ex-bourbon, ex-rum casks, and then virgin oak too.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
So while I'm Speyside, I would generally think that's going to be something a little on the milder side. The maturation gives me the impression there might be a bit more going on there.
For sure. Now they call this one the Smoky 10, so my guess is that there's a little bit of
I'm hoping
maybe a little smoke in that.
That's what I'm hoping.
All right.
So yeah, Speyside with benefits.
All right. Well, I think we should get into it.
I think so too. We've got critters down there trying to mooch whiskey. Now this one is natural color.
All right.
Now they don't say anything about chill filtration, so I'm assuming that they do chill filter, but they do call out on the bottle that it is natural coloring.
All right, so yeah, that's very oily actually. Very light.
And I don't think we've ever done any reviews on Benriach in general.
No, I don't.
So I don't really have anything to compare it to.
I think this is our first.
I think so. But yeah, I would agree. Now this one's 46% ABV, so it's not stout, but it's not a slouch either.
Right. And and when we were talking about this off camera, we find that we're kind of gravitating more toward the 40s and the 50s, or like 46 and higher.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we kind of shy away from the 40s these days, and I don't know if that was a conscious choice, but I think we just sort of zone in on something that has a little bit higher proof these days.
Yeah, I think you just tend to get a little bit more flavor that way, and for me that's the big selling point. But I will say the oils on this are fairly impressive.
Oh, now that smells great. All right, so that is a little smoky.
A little bit.
More smoky, a little less peaty.
Yeah, there's a little bit of an earthy nature to it, but there's a nice smoke on that, and there's a nice sweet underlying sweetness too.
Yeah, it's like a honey sweetness I'm getting on that. But I'm getting a little medicinal, maybe like a little iodine in that.
Yeah, that is interesting.
That is really interesting. I haven't had a nose like that in a while.
Yeah, it's not especially punchy. I mean, I'm not getting a whole lot of alcohol vapors or ethanol or anything of that nature, but it's not a slouch.
Yeah, it really is. It's very pleasant. I mean, I could just sit here all night and just
this is gonna
breathe
be an air
that one
freshener.
in. Yeah, yes, for sure.
Get pulled over a lot, but the car will smell good. Well, shall we?
Let us.
Cheers. Oh, that's interesting.
Wow.
Oh, that sticks around too.
It really does. Now, okay. Yeah, that happened. All right. So yeah, initially there's some sweetness on the tongue, and then as it goes, I did multiple swallows on that one. I sort of like swallowed wrong, but it ended up being really, really interesting. Gave me an interesting flavor profile on that, because I'm picking up a lot of oak notes in that.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
It's like a little bit of sawdust in there. You sort of get that, like little burned sawdust.
Yeah.
There's that flavor in there. It's got a beautiful sweetness to it too. That's like a hard candy, vanilla sweetness. And that finish just goes on forever.
It does. I agree. The other thing I'm getting is I'm getting a little bit of pineapple or something similar on the finish.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I would say that First off, the texture on it's amazing. Really nice oils on this one. It's not thin on the palate or anything of that nature. Yeah, the sweetness hits, kind of coats the tongue initially, and then the oak kind of steps in. And then for me, I get like that, like I said, pineapple maybe on the back end there. Now, and I wonder if some of that's from the rum cask.
Maybe, because, and you know what? And it's not just pineapple, but it's like grilled pineapple.
Oh, wow. Going back to that nose, that got interesting.
Oh, yeah, that really does. Now I'm getting that pineapple on the nose.
Yeah, that's funny. There's more going on to this one than I kind of expected.
Yes. Yeah, now that I've had a couple sips on that, pineapple. That is absolute pineapple.
Yeah, that's interesting. I will say it kind of thins out a little bit as you keep going back to it. Mm-hmm. The sweetness remains, but it kind of comes down in intensity. But that oak kind of sticks around all the way through.
Yeah, it's a very oaky whiskey, and not unpleasantly oaky.
No.
You know, it's got a nice little toasted oak to it, oh yeah, that's just a wonderful whiskey.
I think if you like Glenmorangie and you want to kind of take a next step, this would probably be a good step up from, I think it's the 10-year, the original Glenmo.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and we get you a little step toward the smoky in that too.
Agreed. And it's not like an Isla as far as the peat and the smoke is concerned. It's nowhere near that level of intensity. But I will say, by comparison, you know, with the sweetness, it is a nice touch. I don't think I'd like it as much if it didn't have that aspect.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if I were to sum it up in a word, I would say toasted.
Yeah, no, I would agree. I think that's a really good way of putting it. Well, what are you thinking on our scale, 1 to 5?
3.5.
Yeah, that's where I'm going to. I think 3.5 is a solid number for this one. There are other whiskeys I think I prefer, but as far as something light and easy to drink and maybe a little on the sweeter side, this one, I don't know that bottle's going to last very long.
Yeah, this is a nice summertime whiskey.
It really is. Yeah, we're kind of in the wrong season for this one.
Yeah,
but
I think
it
so.
is tasty. But anyhow, thanks for joining us, everyone. Hope you had a good time.
We sure did. We'll catch you in the next one.
Take care.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Yeah, that's kind of neat.